This is Ace of the RockRevolt magazine. I'm here with TJ, the Nearly Deads. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Doing wonderful, good. As we just kind of, prepped up a little bit, you guys are going to be announcing your tour here in about an hour, you said, which it's, 2 o'clock Central Time. Time really is not going to matter when it comes to that. But you guys are obviously going to be going out on tour to support your newest EP, Revenge of the Nearly Deads?
Yep, absolutely. We're really excited about it. And it's going to be going through the Midwest.
Right.
And so I'm stoked.
Yeah, you're hitting the Midwest this time. That's an area you guys have not covered a lot, or is it just somewhere you're happy to go back to?
We're always happy to go back through the Midwest. Being from Nashville, it's kind of like our main stomping ground.
Right.
So there'll be some Wisconsin on there. We were just there for Rockfest, so anybody who checked us out there, you'll definitely have a couple dates near you. So that's really exciting for us. And Tennessee, of course, on there. Arkansas. People from the Midwest just love rock and roll, so we try to go as much as possible.
Absolutely. Hey, you're talking to me. I'm in Kansas City, so I know all about that Midwest.
Awesome.
Yeah, so what about Kansas City? You guys coming through our neck of the woods, or are we going to get to see you?
I think we're still working that out. So
Right on. Now,
you need to get that booking agent on it.
There you go.
You know how things are.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, yeah.
Rolling at the last minute. It's like, come on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You always see the tour announcements, and then you always see pop-up dates added all over the place, which isn't a bad thing. So,
yeah, that's the fun of being like independent musicians, I guess.
Right. Now, is this going to be a headlining tour? Are you guys supporting anybody, or what's up? What's this tour going to be like for you?
We are going to be co-headlining with our friends in Blameshift.
Awesome.
So I don't know if you are familiar with them. Another awesome female-fronted. We have been friends with them for a long time. We had the same producers in the past. We've shared video directors, and can't believe it's taken us this long to get a tour going together. So I'm really excited about it.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, when you guys are making your announcement in an hour, I'll be actually talking to Jenny.
No, will you?
Yep. Yep.
We are obviously sharing a publicist on this tour.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, no, so that's awesome. Yeah, so a couple good.
So excited.
Yeah, a couple good female-fronted rock bands, Let's talk about what it's like to be a female in the rock industry. Not really, that's a joke. Don't hang up. I'm sure you get that question asked more than you ever wanted to.
I'm glad that you followed it up with, that's a joke, not...
Right, you're like, great, what the hell did I get into?
This question again, no.
Oh, I'm sure, and I bet all female-fronted rock bands have had that just beat down your throats that you're just sick of it.
Well, it's kind of becoming the answer to that question. When people say, what's it like? I'm just like, well, we get asked that all the time. And, what are you going to do? It's just all right. Like, I don't mind. Like, some people don't think there's a lot of women in the industry.
They're wrong.
Do. I think there's a lot more to talk about than, the fact that we're women, but, I do think that there's a lot more camaraderie than people give us credit for, Every woman in any other band that I've ever met, we're not so competitive as people, I think that we are.
Right.
Everybody helps each other out. We always are going on tour together, sharing stories, like coming out to support each other on the road. And everyone I've ever met in any of the bands, we've toured with several, everyone's just been awesome and good people. So yeah.
Well, people, first off, that don't think there's a lot of women in rock don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I don't know either.
Yeah, there's tons of, fantastic female-fronted bands out there. They're just very close-minded, I guess. And like you said, you've toured with quite a few female-fronted bands, Hailstorm, Butcher Babies, all kinds of ladies like that. Now, with your guys' style of music, some of the bands you guys have toured with, like the Butcher Babies, they're a little more on the hardcore side. What's it like when you go to shows and you're playing those shows with bands like that are a little more hardcore? What are those crowds like when you guys get up on stage and do your thing? Because you guys are you're not mellow, but you're not hardcore. Like you actually, I think I saw a quote from one of you that said you guys are like that bridge. So what's it like with those types of crowds?
People really responded great to us when we were on that tour. To be honest with you, I mean, there's a few people that are going to be, you know, oh, they're not that heavy, like, not really into it, but I think they can still respect what we're doing and still get into it. Because, like, if you're a fan of rock and roll, you're a fan of all different kinds, regardless. You know, there's going to be those people who only listen to one style of music, and, I mean, I just think you're missing out if you don't at least open your mind to other bands. But it's just awesome to see somebody going through the merch line at the end of the day, having a Butcher Babies shirt and a Nearly Dead shirt, and In This Moment, and Upon a Burning Body was on that tour too. It's like people would just go and buy everything from every band, every CD, and they'd be really pleasantly surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting, you know, this style of music to be on this tour, and I'm so glad I discovered you guys. So, I mean, it was great. People really liked it. I know that we don't have any screaming, so I think that's the main difference between us and a lot of other bands. And I don't know, like, we're just never going to have screaming. That's just us.
Come on, you got it, you can't you? You can let it out there. Come on, you can growl. Come on.
No. I totally can't, and it would be awful if I tried. So, you know, we're never going to be heavy like that, and I think us as musicians had to just say, you know, maybe this is what's going to set us apart from everyone else.
Right.
You know.
Right. So there's no TJ in front of the mirror trying to scream. Ever.
Maybe when I was like a little emo kid. Maybe I tried, and then I was like, no. I'm classically trained. You know, I feel like my vocal teachers would probably not. They would frown upon that.
You know, one of the key things you said there, talking about that, though, is discovery, how, you know, the fans would discover you guys. But that's what it's all about, and that's the good thing of you playing with these bands that are a little bit different than you guys are, because you do get to see a lot more faces that you may not see on other tours of like-style bands.
Of course, and of course, back to the female fronted, I mean, completely different styles of music, all with women, powerful, amazing women, and the music doesn't sound the same. That's a lot of stuff that we get too, is people think all female fronted bands sound the same, and I'm just like, you know, that's not true.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like, I don't think that we sound anything like Butcher Babies, so.
Yeah, you guys and Arch Enemy are just right there neck and neck, you know? You're totally the same. Not at all.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
Not exactly. Yeah. But
like you
not
said,
that we ever really get compared to bands like that, but they like to compare female-fronted bands to each other a lot.
Right.
That just doesn't happen with any other bands.
Yeah, it's not like a standard bed.
Yeah,
people aren't like, oh, all these dude-fronted bands sound exactly the same. No, it's like you said. You know, we said it's the people that are closed-minded and don't really know anything about female-fronted bands except for, oh, it's a lady singing. You know, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, it's our mission to open up their eyes.
There you go, and that's what you guys are going to be doing with that tour. You guys are going to be making that announcement. But when are you guys going to be kicking off, hitting the road?
It's starting pretty soon. October 12th is the first date, and it's going to be going on through November 2nd.
Right on. Well, that's good. So you go out, do a nice little month gig, get home for the holidays, all that kind of stuff. Are you guys just kind of looking at that right now, or are you guys even planning into the future for like 2018? We probably want to do another tour by the end of the year. Oh, okay.
Hopefully that all comes together, just like something short, just to squeeze one more in.
Right.
And then next year, even more, maybe more music. You never know what we're going to be doing.
Right on. No,
I feel like we just released the EP, but we're already ready with new music.
Right.
So we already want to get back in the studio.
Right on. I mean, absolutely. You just, you know, it seems like every musician I ever talk to, they're never stopping when it comes to writing music, which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have. You're never
Right.
out of ideas. Now, with this new
No.
EP you guys just put out, you guys have done a lot of crowdfunding for a lot of your music. What's that like, and how does that, make you guys feel as a band to know that the fans are out there and support you guys like they do to let you make new music?
It's really incredible, honestly. It's very humbling, and just that people are willing to give us their hard-earned money so we can keep continuing to make music and tour and create music videos and everything. Because we're DIY, independent, no label, no nothing, we're basically self-funded. So without the crowdfunding, without that money, like, we can't really do anything. I mean, stuff costs a lot more than you think to make just one video, or even to go on tour. I mean, you got to think that we're paying for gas every day and
Right.
things like that. So, I mean, and more bands on every level are coming clean and being a little bit more transparent about, like, where the money goes and who makes the money, especially bands that are signed. And so doing crowdfunding, and it just allows us to keep more of the money, and when people know that it's going directly to us, I think they really want to be a part of that and really want to support that and hopefully grow the band and build the band. I mean, we definitely have our eyes set on being on a label. If the right one comes along, we definitely want to do it, because it's just going to be a way to keep doing what we're doing and getting out to more and more people. But right now, I mean, it's the only way we'd be able to do anything. So we owe everything to our fans, and we love them, and they're amazing people. And the crowdfunding things, we just get to know people on such a personal level, because some of the prizes are like coming out to hang out with us before a show, or getting personalized artwork, getting your name on the credits of the album. I mean, if that was available for me when I was younger, like, I would have done it for every band that I loved. So I think it's awesome how people are able to be so involved now.
Right. No, I think it's great. The whole crowdfunding thing is phenomenal, because, like you just said, the perks that you get to do, to go out and meet the bands, get, like you said, artwork. And I'm with you. If I'd have been able to do that when I was younger, holy cow, I would be broke and have a basement full of shit. Okay, just I would have stuff everywhere. Like, the coolest thing, the first one I ever got involved with crowdfunding was a band called American Head Charge, their Tango Umbrella album. And they had the put your name in the liner notes, all that. I'm like, oh yeah, take my money. That's awesome. So it's cool that you guys are offering that, because it is such different interactions with bands than it was like when I was younger. Because I'm 38, so like I came up with like the whole 90s and 2000s music scene. I mean, when you went to concerts, you didn't get to really meet the bands. Now you get to see everybody, and I think it's awesome that you guys are able to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so now, with you guys saying you're ready to go back into the studio, even though you got a tour coming up, are you guys going to do kind of a crowdfunding thing for a new album as well, or?
I mean, we haven't really decided yet.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, for us being independent, is always kind of up in the air. Everything we do has to be a little bit more planned out in advance, and being in the studio and recording costs a lot of money.
Right.
And, so who knows? We're hoping that maybe we'll get a label on board eventually. We've been signed in the past, and it hasn't been the right fit for us, so we're still looking for that right fit. But if not, we know that our fans will be there to support us. So you never know.
Right on. Well, before we let you get on with your day and get ready to make that announcement, is there anything you want to say to the fans? Any message you want to give them?
I just want to say thank you to everybody for supporting us and coming out to see us on tour. We hope you see this fall out on the road, and definitely stay tuned. We got a lot of exciting stuff happening.
Right on. And they can go out and pick up Revenge of the Nearly Deads pretty much anywhere you can get music?
It's available online everywhere, Apple Music, Spotify. We've got our video for Diamond in the Rough, My Evil Ways, all of our videos on YouTube right now, so definitely check those out and get hyped for the tour so you can sing along.
Right on, and absolutely. And like by the time people hear this, the tour will be announced, so you can check out and see where they're coming to a city near you. TJ, I greatly appreciate your time. hopefully we get to see you through Kansas City so I can come check you guys out in person. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Right on. Well, you go have a good day and go make that announcement.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.